All right, welcome to my channel. So the first thing that you need to know before you start watching my videos is the purpose of this channel is for education and entertainment, mostly education with some entertainment, and mostly for my students. Really, it's an opportunity for me to showcase my algorithm and for my students to see it working and me to be able to talk about the trades and why I'm taking the trades and things like that. This is not a channel where I'll be showing you that I'm making millions of dollars. So family rules, you won't be seeing that. Some traders out there want to put their stuff out. I don't even know why they do that. Like on social media in a public sphere, hey, look at me, I made 20,000 today, 50,000 today, all that stuff. That will not happen on this channel. The most you'll see me making here is anywhere from 50 bucks to $1,000 in a day would be the most once we get to that level of scaling. And then I'll reset and we'll be looking at 50 bucks and we'll be scaling back to, a thousand a day or so. And we'll just keep resetting that scaling. But family rules will not be showing you on this my social media that I'm making tons of money. Second thing is I'm trading with Thinkorswim. That's my platform that you see here on the screen. So you got my two windows on futures trading. Same thing, it'll be Thinkorswim. So you'll see that I trade futures and the equities market with these videos. I trade based off of my algorithm, the simple switch algorithm, and it's got different settings. Same algo, but different settings for futures market, for equities market, and different types of trading. It's got different settings for it. So I'll be trading off of that. Links below if you're interested in learning more about the algo. All the education over there is free, as well as the trading log that you'll see. You can get the link below, which will give you that log, so you can go over there and explore all that stuff. So when you're looking at my screen, okay, now when you're looking at my screen, you'll see these the chart markups, and you'll see yellow. Wherever I put yellow is an entry. So when it's yellow like this, it's the algo ideal entry. And then you may see a yellow like this, and that is where I actually got in, and it'll be touching the candle that I got in on. And then the location. Red are my stops, green are my targets. And then if you want to learn how the algo works so you can better understand what I'm doing when I'm doing my trades, over at the link below, you can go over there and learn all about the algo. It's completely free for that whole education. It's free to learn about my trading plan, my strategy, everything that I teach about trading is free over there. Only thing that costs money is if you decided to buy the algo, then that would cost money. But you can apply a lot of the stuff that I teach over there, including my strategy and trading plan, to your own strategies and help maybe improve your game. So all that is definitely free. I don't charge for any of that education. Only the algo if that's something you decided to add to your list. So then sometimes you'll see on here me doing experiments, which I'm going to try to do another one later on this year when I get a little more time. But I love to do trading experiments. We blow up accounts, but we do it in the purpose of education, showing you that certain trading techniques or strategies sometimes just don't work. And we play with some different concepts and blow up accounts, real accounts, small accounts, but still real accounts. And you'll also see some small accounts as well, like when we do offshore brokers and things like that. So, and then of course, educational videos I'll be putting out as well. So there's a lot of different content here. So if you can give me the like, hit that like button, that would help me a lot with the YouTube. And if you subscribe and hit that bell icon, you can be notified whenever I upload new content. And the last thing, but probably the most important thing, is trading is very risky. Do not place a trade based on what you see here or whatever I say. I'm not telling you what to do. If it sounds like I'm telling you what to do, it's me just thinking out loud. And most traders will lose all of their money. I am strictly speculating. I do not have a crystal ball. So, I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. So please do not take financial advice from me. This is strictly to talk about how I trade, to teach about how I do things, and for your entertainment. All right, so now the legal stuff is out of the way. Let's get into today's trades. All right, good afternoon, everybody. It is June 16th, Wednesday. So I wasn't able to record my trades today. I had some business meetings. Actually, I was juggling a lot of stuff this morning. I was like, I should not be trading today. Today's the day that you have mega disasters happen because you're juggling too much. But you know what? I traded anyway. So let's look at how this day turned out. Unfortunately, this is a recap. I'm going to show you how the day turned out, show you the log, show you the charts, show you the P&L. Oh boy. All right. So actually, it wasn't nearly as bad as it could have been. So we had NUG with no trades here. So we got some switches. This one was close, but this one, just realized my mouse is on the wrong screen. This one's close, but not quite for permission. So no trade, thankfully, because look at that mess that happened afterwards. The whole market's selling off right now. We'll see if this is just a exhaustion kind of thing where it purges and then shakes the tree, all those different words that I've heard, and then rallies back. We'll see. But Nug, I'm surprised the gold miner type stuff is getting destroyed as much as it is with inflation, but it is. All right, so let's look at the next one. All right, so here we are with CVS. So CVS, we trade the switch to the short side or the switch back, but I don't trade it after 12:30, 1 o'clock, and this is a switch back, but it's after 12:31, so I don't trade it. I don't know statistically if this even works out well in the afternoon. Some of my tickers don't trade well in the afternoon with the algo. They like to trade in the morning, in the early afternoon. And I've had other tickers that don't like to trade with the algo in the morning. Like it's a terrible. Like you're gonna have like a 30% win rate, but after like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's like an 80% or 90% win rate. So some tickers are sensitive on the time of day they trade. It's just the way the data is transmitted, the way traders are trading those tickers, and maybe the way hedge funds and stuff enter and exit those as well. It could be a little bit deceiving for the algo. So CVS I don't trade, and some of my tickers I don't trade after 1 o'clock, specifically because the algo may not be as accurate. So anyway, CVS, no trades. Okay, so here we are with JD. So JD, we had a nice trade on JD. You can see over here, $296 for the day. So yeah, we jumped into JD late. I got in late here again. Like I said, I'm trying to juggle a bunch of stuff. I saw this late. I was getting in late, and I was like, do I wait for a pullback? Do I just get in? What do I do? How many shares do I buy? Just go. So that's kind of what happened with JD. Jumped in, tried to quickly calculate some share size in my head real fast, and then we ended up exiting right around this area here. So JD likes the 2R. It likes to hit the second level. Most of the time I should have just waited and took that. But at the same time, $300. Normally I'm risking 150 risk reward. It was a super premium, so 300 was what I was hoping to get. I got 296, so all good. So we're, I'm happy with that. And if I got greedy and it was like, no, I got to get back in, or I need to stay in the trade, then I could have been a part of this slide, and that would be bad. Which is what I did later on to something else. APPS, where are you? APPS recent. All right, here we are. So APPS, so we trade this on the simple switch and sometimes on the switch back, which ends up coinciding right here, switch back and simple switch. We got permission with the dash above the white line and everything above the red line. So we're in the long zone. Below the red line is the short zone. So right here we had that permission, jumped in, hit our target, bounced out with $128. And again, this is one of those where I didn't really have time to calculate share size. So I got to do it quickly in my brain, and 150 was our risk reward target. Got in at a good place, but we ended up just shy of our financial target. But we did hit our target, got out, and called it a day on the backed up a little bit and bounced out. APPS, I think we probably would have been good in the target if I would have hit flatten when it boosted up here. Just the spread, opens and closes so fast, and it's like all over the place. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky to get that exact amount. But good win. And again, look what happens if you try to overstay your welcome or get greedy, So the algo tells me, hey, once it crosses this level, anything can happen. It could go back down. So sure enough, it did. All right, so let's look at the last one we traded. Oh boy, take a deep breath. QCOM. All right, so yes, there's a lot on my screen right now. I was a bit stressed out with this trade. I wish this was live so you guys could have saw the emotion and heard everything I was thinking, because that would have been pretty valuable, I think, to all of you. I was trading like an idiot, and that's why it would have been valuable to you to maybe learn from my mistakes. I ended up with a $31 loss. Thankfully, that's all I ended up with. You can see I traded a lot of shares in this. Not at one time. There was just over trading. So basically, QCOM here, we had our switch, which we trade, right? We got in, boom, came down, almost hit the target. Rules are put the stop in when it almost hits the target to break even plus a couple bucks. And that's what we did. Made like a couple bucks, like 40 bucks, something like that. All good. And then we had this switch take place right here. So I was like, hey, switch back. I'm gonna go ahead and jump back in. So I jumped back in to see to QCOM on the switchback. When I didn't really need to. I already made a little bit of money on it. I had a good day. I got so much going on today. Probably should have just been like, hey, I'll take my 40, shut the computer down. I focus on my other stuff that I have going on. But I didn't. I jumped in here. So it ran up, almost hit this target. So what are the rules? The rules are break even plus a couple bucks. So, but I didn't do that. So because I got a little bit late on this, and I didn't do it. So I actually ended up getting in on this trade. Where did I get in? I don't even know. I got to go back. I don't even have a video of it. I didn't record it. Wish I could go back and analyze this day because I don't even remember. My brain hurts so bad. But anyway, we jumped in, didn't get out, break even plus a couple bucks, and then it started to sell off. So this was a long trade. Started to sell off, and then right here, it's time to get out. We're out. So that's, we're breaking our level right here. I should have put a little bit lower, but anyway, so switch to short, right? Why not? Speed bump it. So I basically gave back all my day. I went in with bigger size, and now I'm losing a lot of money. So now this thing rallies all the way back up. So yeah, now I'm losing a ton of money on this. I was down, I think, $1,000 on QCOM when it came back up here, and I was like, you know what? I didn't have my stop in. Thankfully, I didn't have my stop in. I got lucky there, and I was like, once this came up, and I refocused on my monitor when it was around here, and I was like, oh no, I didn't have my stop in. What am I doing? So I put my stop in, but fortunately for me, it didn't bounce again. It kept selling off. So we ended up added to my position a couple times in here to try to help recover my losses as this thing was selling off, just based on a technical side of things. Let me show you what happened with SPY real quick. All right, so actually the MES is what I'm looking at. Same thing, basically. S&P 500 MES is the futures ticker that I look at. So we had the little head and shoulders kick in here with the little neckline right here, shoulder, head, shoulder. Got our neckline, and this was breaking. So this is breaking over here. So once this was breaking, I was feeling pretty good now that that QCOM may break with it. So we added to our position a little bit as that was taking place in this area, and then we got a sell-off. So fortunately, we got a sell-off, and it was nice. So the sell-off happened. We got back into green, and I was like, I just needed to hit this level. So I have a trading friend, I have a trading friend, a good friend of mine, Mark, that I trade with, and as it was like up here, I was texting him like my frustrations and telling him that this thing needs to hurry up and get to this level so I can get out with a nice profit. And then I look up, and it already hit this level and went back up to here, and I was like, oh no, now I'm back in the red by like $200 or $300, and I was so pissed. But fortunately for me, it did some more bouncing, and then I just like, you know what, I'm just gonna get out. I'm gonna take my $31 loss. It's been a roller coaster of a day. I got some more stuff I got to put my focus on right now, and I can't be looking at this. So I jumped out, took my $31 loss on it, and then I was like, hey, I want to get back into my buddy, and because I want my $31 back. I want this to be green, and this looks like it's coming back down. So, and of course he's like, yeah, that's a good way to lose your money, So I didn't do it. So I stayed out. Just gonna take my $31 loss. But let's go look at the log and see how that translated to the day and what that has done to the account, or how this day shaped out to the account. Really, those other trades were pretty good. It was just QCOM. I wasn't focused. Over traded this. Share sizes were too big. I was feeling really emotional. The good thing I didn't get, I screwed up and didn't have my stop in, thank goodness, and was able to survive this and end up with a $31 loss instead of a $1,000 loss. Right, risk rewarding $150 a day. Which means if everything fails, with a speed bump, it's a $300 loss for the day, not $1,000, traders. So if you don't have proper risk management for whatever reason, you might have a great plan and you might have good risk management, but if your brain malfunctions and you don't have good risk management on the day you're trading in that moment, then $1,000, that's a lot of trades to come back from, because you got to factor losers into that, and winners got to pay for losers and all that. And then the psychology of what that does to you the next couple of days you're trading, it's just absolute. Could have been a train wreck today, and I got very lucky. So thankfully for that. So let's look at the log and see how this affected everything. All right, so between adding and opening and closing positions with QCOM, I had like I would have had 8 entries into the log. I didn't want to put all those into the log. Not really feeling like doing that today. So I clicked the little button on Thinkorswim that says, give me my average of what happened today. So that's why it says 3,300 shares, 135.97. So I just need to add this right here so that I know that I didn't trade 3,300 shares, and that was the numbers when I look back, like at the end of the year, and I forgot what happened today. This is the average. Good enough. Okay. All right, cool. So yeah, so after all that over trading in QCOM, basically a day ended up $389 in the green. So good green day in that sense. Bad because of my emotions almost got the best of me in QCOM, and thankfully a little divine intervention helped me out. Probably hurt somebody else in the process, but hey, we're green. So scaling ladder. All right, so we're 1 bar away from clicking the 500 range. So, and I probably won't click 500 until I have a super premium in there where my, probability is like 90+% on that trade. So I'll wait till that happens because, one of these trades, especially if I speed bump it, erases all of this, right? Literally, get into this, it doesn't erase all of it. Almost, it depends. It could. If it's a little slippage and I get a little more than 1,000, I could almost erase all this, come way back down here. So, and if I'm trading this in the day and I take another trade, I can end up all the way back here just on 2 tickers. So that could be a major wipeout. This is a very aggressive scale up. So I need to do it on a super premium where I have like a 90% plus win rate. So I'll be waiting for that. Same thing, we move to the $1,000 range here. We'll probably wait for a premium trade to move to that as well. So, but anyway, so there we go. So we're almost there. Look at the dashboard for the months. Looking pretty good. So 2,500 for the month. And we're basically halfway, a little more than halfway through the month. And yeah, it's turned out to be a great month. So maybe we can break that $4,000 number before the month is over. And it's not a bad income, traders. You start an account with 27,000, and then if I traded more, we'd be way past this for sure. But I haven't traded a lot this year. The last couple of months I've been trading quite a bit, so we've been able to grow this account. But once you get here, it's not bad. So even if I took $27,000 and I spent 7 months growing it to this point, and then I started taking a paycheck every month and just kept growing it like this, I could take easily a $2,000 paycheck every month and still grow my account. And then maybe 6 or 7 months from now, I'm taking a $4,000 a month paycheck or more. So a little bit of an investment into yourself, and then you could start taking a nice paycheck and not having to worry about work and having an employer and what kind of medical things out there are going to shut down the economy, and all the different stuff. If I didn't want to get the shot and my employer required it, what would I do? Like, I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. I trade. I can do whatever I want. So the freedom that comes with trading is priceless. So if you're thinking about getting into trading, I highly recommend it. But just remember, if you're looking at different trading courses, trade you, not them. Anything you do has to fit your personality, your lifestyle, and your goals. And if you're not sure what your personality is, sim trade. You can learn a lot about yourself when you start trading. Your fears, how you deal with stress, how you cope with anxiety, all kinds of different stuff. Do you have patience? Are you a trader that needs to be in and out? Like, there's a lot of different answers that you have to answer before you can trade, because you could take a winning strategy and be a loser if it doesn't fit your personality, lifestyle, and goals. So definitely, if traders, if you're out there looking at these videos and you're thinking that do I want to do this, it's the ultimate freedom. But the results are not typical. What I do, someone else could try to copy me and lose all their money. So it has to fit you. Not everybody will be a winner in the market. Most people do lose all of their money. So it's super high risk. Don't trade with money you need. Practice in the sim. See you tomorrow.